are afoot. I have a fix on their weaknesses. Ratcheting up my aggression. Combatant scan. Mobilizing. Adversary vulnerabilities identified. Resorting to violence. Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
Too quiet. If it weren't for the scales, the worm would be all goosebumps.
Attention, IRC staff. Please head inside for an important announcement from the Council. Attendance is mandatory.
Sounds like an emergency all-hands meeting to me. Bodes well.
Proceeding to attack. Combatant scan.
Hell yeah. Lockpicking. Engineering. Finally, I can open up those level 11 lockpicking doors.
Investigating hostile intentions. Hostilities are afoot. I'll handle this.
Interstitial Hall and Exhibition Tower is off limits for the foreseeable future to any and all non-essential personnel. All requests to view the prototype Rift Anomaly Modulator are hereby suspended for the time being. Please direct all further queries and study petitions to the lead researcher's office.
Just checking the room for loot real quick. Probably where I come out.
Subjects, listen well. Days ago, our beloved sovereign, in his infinite wisdom, submitted himself to mental refreshment to strengthen his resolve for the good of all. At his command, I, Emery Thoreau, now accept the responsibility of shepherding you through these dark times until our sovereign's blessed return. I shall not take this duty lightly. For I address you today not as the consul, nor even as your new leader, which I am, but as a simple man who wants nothing more than to defend his home and his neighbors. But I cannot do it alone.
Wonder how long ago the Order predicted this. Assume the presiding bishop's been keen to the possibility for some time. I reckon that's Protectorate where I assassinated the Sovereign and seized control. If true, this console would be a nasty one to go up against.
Except I'm the one that killed the guy because I went to the other place before.
Be something here. I know how this looks, but I can assure you I have leave to look into... Oh, then you must be responsible for all the commotion I heard just now. For both our sakes, I think it best if we continue as we were. I will forget I saw you as long as you extend me the same courtesy. I was looking for proof, if you must know. There was an incident recently, and I believe our head of security is neglecting his duty to investigate. Albin Valancourt is the sentinel charged with supervising this facility and all its researchers. Unfortunately, he's a punitive man who delights in the wretchedness of others. I'd grasp a live rod if I could pass its current to him. Although, unless you have unusual license to be here, his odds of keeping head and body united diminish by the second. That must have been so... Unless your lamps have oxidized, you must have noticed my arm. I lost it saving the Sovereign from a rift experiment gone wrong. An experiment, naturally. Valancourt supplied my name for the reports, incriminating me in the eyes of my colleagues. And since he's closed off that wing of the lab, I can't prove my innocence. This facility is not a place where mistakes are tolerated. Here, the coincidence is not causation, I know. But with recent events being what they are, it's difficult not to draw certain unpalatable theories beyond mere incompetence. Sabotage comes foremost to mind, though the perpetrator and purpose remain a mystery. If only Valancourt was not at permanent cross-purposes with me. I should have known you were here for the prototype. But for what ill-begotten purpose, I wonder? If that is true, then your goals and mine may be in closer alignment than I thought. Everything is turning base over apex today. Even though we have expanded our efforts beyond the modulator's use, Valancourt would still pay for such a theft. And I'll need it to reopen the rift in the closed-off wing. I couldn't possibly rely on an outsider to help me conduct an investigation, could I? Whatever the cause of the incident, it is my duty as a law-abiding Protectorate subject to gather proof and uncover its cause. Really, Valancourt is forcing my hand here. Aren't you clever? Well, I too am clever. For instance, I've already deduced a means for achieving access to the restricted wing. Should you be willing to assist me? Help you with acquisition? Assuredly not. If, however, in your exploration of the lab, you happen... What I am offering is help afterward. Once you take the prototype, it will set off an immediate lockdown. I can facilitate your exit from the facility, but only if you... That modulator will be necessary to unfold the rift and find the evidence I need. And if Valancourt suffers repercussions for its loss, I will count that as an added benefit. The kind that proves I did not dishonor myself by making a mistake, and that the cause of the disaster was due to someone else's malfeasance. The prototype rift modulator is currently in interstitial hall at the top of Exhibition Tower. There's a lift in the next room over. Once you have the prototype, make your way to Valancourt's quarters. He should have a spare key card that will grant us access to the restricted wing. I'll monitor your progress from here. Be cautious. The guards of this facility will attack anyone unfamiliar to them. But once you have the key card and rift device, reconvene here, and we'll go together to the wing. That is what we've agreed upon, is it not? Valancourt keeps all of the items he confiscates from the staff in a locked closet in his quarters. There may be something pertaining to the investigation within. I've already shared more. That's an ugly... A technicat. The interstitial... Regardless. Or... we were. He becomes most... And his motivations are... He and the console work...
Toes missing his testament.
Investigating hostile act.
Whatever's in there has been pushed to the outer limits of the universal equation.
Forward is through the elevator.
There it is. The rift modulator. Surely it can't be that easy, just taking it.
Oh, got the tentacle arm.
To the unsubtle thief. It's not every day that someone is fool enough to break into the Interstitial Reconfiguration Center. I'd be obliged if you would regale me with the tale of how you managed to get this far. A crude assessment and utterly untrue. I am perfectly accommodating to non-incompetence. I suspect you did not reach here unaided. So who was it? Which one of my undutiful brain boxes helped sponsor this little pilferage? You cannot fault me for... Well, there will be time to scrutinize every angle of this breach at a later date, once I have dealt with you. Does such bravado normally, and so be it. We can forgo civilities. I will await you in the hangar. There, Bullet.
Thanks for the help, guys. I really appreciate you just not doing anything.
As of this morning's demonstration, we have finally proven my central thesis. Matter within the rifts is not permanently destroyed. Broken down into pure information. This confirms many of our...
Ah, okay. Yeah, it's blocked. Now we can check this one out.
Seems suspect.
Stop, sure. I was like, what's shooting her?
it's only for celebrating the downfall of our enemies.
Say, remember that time the Sovereign caught us comparing pitchball cards? He was so excited about you having that vintage foil of his favorite Sovereign slugger.
That was...
Miranda would have been 17 today. I can scarce imagine her. My little son. Nearly a woman grown. Will she recognize her father, I wonder? After all he has done to bring her back, will she gaze upon him with pride? Happiest of returns, Miranda. I trust this year to be the last one we share apart.
This ain't exactly befitting of the Sovereign. Oh, and he's eating boar's loaf too? Whoa. Maybe this is some odd form of self-flagellation?
Disabling these automechs was an excellent decision, dear. Battling them would be quite an inefficient use of our time and energy. I admit an intense curiosity to find out what's inside that peculiar-looking rift.
Ooh. Oh, fuck. Okay, apparently there's a time limit. Jesus Christ.
Suppressors in range. You know what Prudence always says? Frolic.
I handle this.
Miranda would have been 17 today. I can scarce imagine her. My little son. Nearly a woman grown. Will she recognize her father, I wonder? After all he has done to bring her back, will she gaze upon him with pride? Happiest of returns, Miranda. I trust this year to be the last one we share apart.
This ain't exactly befitting of the Sovereign. Oh, and he's eating boar's loaf too? Whoa. Maybe this...
Disabling these automechs was an excellent decision, dear. Battling them would be quite an inefficient use.
Think we can open that goopy rift now? Let's see if it's close.
Run! Fuck. Didn't want it to open up on me again.
Customers about
Do you suppose there's been...
Mobilize them. Focus on their weaknesses.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my professional opinion that Valancourt's got issues. This manner of tidiness is compensating for something.
My family's wise counselor for more years than I have drawn breath, Emery. But that does not grant you the right to challenge my will.
Why, I challenge nothing. I simply offer guidance where I may. I've neither the wish nor the strength to usurp your authority.
I know you have designs on my rift research. What I cannot understand is what you intend to do with it. What exactly are you plotting?
Suspicion is of becoming, Henry. And restoring Arcadia to resplendence is my sole aim, as it should be yours. Yet you remain intent to use the rift for the most tenuous of means.
You forget yourself, Consul. Pray, I do not forget all the loyal service you have given me, or you might lose more than just your standing in my affections.
Having that device nabbed on his watch nigh guarantees Valancourt a long stay and mental refreshment, if he is not subjected to swift and fitting arbitration first. Matriarch's blessings on you. Let's not waste time then. I'll lead us to the
I want to do the other option instead.
Yeah, it's my professional opinion that Valancourt's got issues. This manner of tidiness is compensating for something.
Wise counselor for more years than I have drawn breath, Emery. But that does not grant you the right to challenge my will.
Why, I challenge nothing. I simply offer guidance where I may. I've neither the wish nor the strength to usurp your authority.
I know you have designs on my rift research. What I cannot understand is what you intend to do with it. What exactly are you plotting?
Suspicion is of becoming, Henry. And restoring Arcadia to resplendence is my sole aim, as it should be yours. Yet you remain intent to use the rift for the most tenuous of means. You forget yourself, Consul. Pray, I do not forget all the loyal service you have given me, or you might lose more than just your standing in my affections.
Having that device nabbed on his watch nigh guarantees Valancourt a... What? If that's true, we must act quickly. Anything on his terminal cannot be relied upon. I'll leave... There's the sorry excuse of interstitial reconfigurating matter that claimed my arm. Let's open the hood, shall we? Rifts reconstitute matter in an imprecise manner, but use your imagination to conjure the original scene that could lead us to the evidence we need. You've discovered something? How did you uncover anything? I would characterize Valancourt. I think I'm beginning to understand exactly what happened. I had heard rumors of the Sovereign's diminished popularity since the war began, but I scarcely trusted their veracity. That any subject should commit such an abominable offense against the Matriarch's own blood? It is nigh impossible to fathom. You provided more evidence than I could have hoped for. Thank you. Valancourt must have sought to curry favor with the Consul by eliminating the Sovereign and making space for the Consul to step into power. He sabotaged the machine, hoping the Rift would perform his dirty work for him, and left me to suffer the repercussions. Our dear head of security has much to answer for. We need to go and confront Valancourt, now. I'm no longer willing to wait for the arc of justice to bend in my favor. Valancourt needs to die for what he's done. If I distract him, can I count on you to do the rest? The kind that buys you time to do what you need to. If we can find a way to isolate Valancourt from his forces, he will be much easier to deal with. He wouldn't dare. I've devoted more hours to studying rifts than almost anyone living. And since the Order abandoned us, the Protectorate does not...
Hold on now. The Order hardly abandoned the Protectorate. You Yaysayers attempted to assassinate our presiding bishop. That's not even mentioning your meddling with the rifts.
Nevertheless, we have gotten off. Trust me, I know Valancourt. This will work. The dead do make poor chroniclers. Very well. Much as I would like to be present for the hoisting of Valancourt's petard, there's Valancourt is unlikely to provide conversation before slipping you a bullet, so I recommend slipping him one first. Be ready to fight, and when it's done, return to me.
Hostile intentions.
You've denied me this fight long enough. Guards, see to this intruder with extreme prejudice. Guards! Blasted. Everyone around here, you rely upon the few days you give it. No matter
scans.
Deal with you myself.
Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
Abandon the vault.
I heard fighting. Well, what happened? Did he beg forgiveness? Did he grovel? Thus always to traitors. Morale will certainly improve in the lab now, I should think. Provided Valancourt's I had prepared this trauma kit, but obviously that turned out to be an unnecessary precaution. Please, take it with my gratitude. I'm not sure murdering the head of security at a highly valued research facility. Have no fear. No evidence of our little collaboration.
Alright, time to get out of here.
Now that Rift Modulator, any previously inaccessible rift could be worth visiting. Rift may contain useful equipment and resources. However, due to the chaotic nature of reconstitution, some creative problem solving may be required in reaching them.
That done. Now then, let's go here.
Protectorate personnel, only beyond this point.
Hostilities are afoot. Proceeding to attack. Adversary vulnerabilities identified. Check your scopes for combatant analysis.
Just as the paradigm predicted. The pride of our...
We follow.
I have a fix on their weaknesses. Combatant scan.
Enemy intercept.
Check your scopes for combatant analysis. Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Adversary vulnerabilities identified. I have a fix on their weaknesses. Torpificator at ready status. Adversary. Yeah. Combatant scan. Target analyzed. Lay down fire. I have a fix on their weaknesses.
Find the hostile.
Check your scopes for combatant analysis. Standing by to stupefy. Adversary vul...
Here we are, about to kick the proverbial Mantisaur nest. Hope you're ready for your close-up. Damn, of course they got a bunker man.
I'll handle this. Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
for seeking. There you are.
Stun weapon ready, Commander.
Our vigilance is... It is a privilege. Prudence dictates. It is the... It is a privilege.
Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
Another object lesson in the risk.
Have a fix on their weaknesses.
It is a privilege.
Globalization in progress. Mitigating the threat.
It is a privilege to die for them.
Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
Ass kicking for the history books. Let's open the gate for that reporter and the troops before these bodies get cold.
Over here! Let us out!
Over here! I assume you've got something important to discuss, or a report to give. I don't have time to waste on idle jawing. That is, but I'll... Over here! Let's have a word with the hero of the moment for the wireless. Well, the blockade is ours now, but the way in which you captured it lacked a certain finesse, shall we say. Not sure my drone's footage will show what we were looking for.
That hasn't stopped you lot from spinning a story before. You said something about an interview earlier. Well, I'll answer your question.
It's audio only, Trooper, and you're working with a true professional now. Let me work, huh? Relax. Great! Recording's already begun. I'm here. Inez, your destruction...
I'm just, doing my part. I joined up because I believed in our mission, to liberate Arcadia. Reckon my actions illustrate that more than anything. Suppose I do know a thing or two about a pep...
How wonderful! Dear, you...
Look, I did what anyone with an ounce of sense would do. Ain't gonna leave one of my own in such a state. And if I had it my way, I would have acted sooner. These graphs make me stronger. Good in a bind. I know I'm a bit of a curiosity. Ain't too many of us left. But there is so much good we can do with what gives. You want to undermine what we're working toward?
Yes, be quiet. Before we wrap, have you anything else of note to tell our undoubtedly enraptured audience?
I got one. Ancient...
I see. A bit of cheeky product placement, and that's a wrap. You can go back to slouching astonishingly well. Rest assured, our listeners will be glued to their radios for all the lurid...
Well, that's a damn sight better than I was anticipating. Willard will have to make good on our deal now. Let's head back and...
You do that!
Messed up one of the conversation pieces, so I'm gonna fix that.
Over here! I assume you've got something that I'll say. Over here! Let's have... Well, it's...
Well,
great in it.
I'm just, doing my part. I joined up because I believe...
How dare you all...
Look, I did what anyone with an ounce of sense would do. These graphs make me stronger. Good in a... I gotta...
Before we wrap, have you anything else of note to tell our undoubtedly... and that's a wrap. Astonishingly well. Rest assured, our listeners...
Well, that's
You do it.
Boom, there we are. All right. Need to go switch out my companions because they've got 2 quests over in the same spot. Not really sure why I don't have a fast travel straight to my ship like I always do. Guess that's just as fucking up.
I cannot remain with you any longer. Not if I wish for both of us to remain whole. Was he? How can you be so sure? You cannot guarantee he would be permanently convalescent. You cannot get... I suppose I see some kernel of truth in your words. Yet I have made my decision. We may continue working together, but what you have done shall leave a permanent stain on our relations. Do not make... That scum! That miserable scum! I shall not rest until the Consul pays for his treachery, and Arcadia's rightful ruler is reinstated. Were they still the Protectorate, such would be a traitorous aim to entertain. But a Protectorate... I fear how my fellow subjects will respond to this news. I believe that most will remain loyal to the Sovereign, but I will need to deal with those who strayed. I shall attend to that matter. I sincerely doubt.
Cool. If your skill levels are high enough, you can pretty much convince anyone to do anything in this game.
Those fools! Protectorate subjects should know better than to... The only explanation is that they were lackeys of the Consul. Why else would they engage someone such as myself without expecting reprisal? Then they should have reported me to their superiors rather than attempt... I shall continue to answer slights of this nature through violence. But hopefully... I shall not stay your execution!
Visual scan.
Punitive action! I shall reduce. I'll be your force.
Central Control is open to no visitor. Best turn around. Central Control is in... Wait. Orbit around? What are you doing here? I've heard a great deal regarding your exploits within the Protectorate. And it is all that prevents me from summoning the Guard. I have strict orders to arrest you on sight.
I've no desire to slay you, but if you seek to prevent me from pursuing my duties, I will have no other choice.
Arbiter Rao did not report to the Consul's summons. Consequently, he is wanted for questioning. It is only our difference in rank that stays my hand from attempting arrest.
Commander, let us speak privately. I did not care for that exchange at all. The idea that the Consul would stymie me individually. Regardless, we do have alternate means of ingress. I seem to recall a number of creatures bypassing the left fence through some upper path. There's also the prisoner entrance on the right. If you're sufficiently dexterous, you may be able to bypass...
All subjects prosper under the guidance of our beneficent ruler, the Sovereign.
The console provides, the system abides.
Were your fathers all bread worms? I've met sprier boulders than you want.
Prudence dictates. I, your neighbor,
Trust the plan, preserve set progress, sustain the system, serve the Sovereign.
So, Dagmar didn't betray us to the Sentinels. She is a Sentinel, with a fucking office here in Central Control. It's enough to make one take leave of their sanity.
There? If you wish to feel better, try thinking of...
I'm just going to pretend. Fortunately, there's an easy solution to Dagmar's betrayal. One which involves removing her head from her body. Or maybe we should start with the disemboweling? So many choices.
Well, well, as a Helia Leitinger, I suppose I shouldn't be surprised you've made it this far. In addition to your wonderful thirst for wanton violence, you were always bright, though still somehow too thoroughly deluded to apprehend the truth. But then again, you never really wanted to, did you? Yes, well, can it truly even be considered betrayal if it was always lies? And Az's willful ignorance made her the perfect candidate when I started the Dawn at the Consul's behest.
What are you talking about? There were cultists before me!
No, there were not. The fiction of a cult was born out of the need to convince the Sovereign to return to the true spirit of the Protectorate. The Consul feared he was too weak.
You... How dare you! You shall pay dearly for daring to speak thus, and the Consul shall pay triple!
So what we found in the Rift Lab was true. Everything Dagmar told me was lies. Our cause isn't righteous.
And there it is. I almost felt sorry for you, Azahelia. You were so pathetic. So willing to believe specious arguments backed with only the flimsiest of proofs. Oh, well, such is life. But your usefulness is not yet at an end. Your death will put me back in the Consul's good graces. Goodbye, Aza.
No, that's too quick. What about... No, not painful enough. Yes, that's it. I just need to find a piece of heat-conducting metal and something to peel the skin effectively. I've no idea what you're speaking of. The Glorious Dawn is the future of Arcadia. Dagmar must die violently because she betrayed us. I know of no other way to act.
Sentinels, the traitor Azahelia Lightinger is in the compound.
With weapons prime!
Giving chase.
Increasing watch rate.
Lethally.
Without complaint or groan.
Forever vigilant. Never close there.
I've eyes on a miscreant.
One assumes their intentions untoward.
Unit in action.
Classic Helia Leitinger is still at large. All guards loyal to the Protectorate converge on my position at once.
Renovation.
Lift weapons prime!
Lethal measure. Seems the consul is not devoted to the idea. I shall not stay your execution.
Refilling my weapon. For our beneficent leader.
That elevator over there.
I find my next victim if I hand me the hostile combatant. Aggressor at hand.
To battle! Prosecuting! Viscerally! The old quarters are... they have all been removed. I hardly recognize this place.
Something's happening to Tristan. He's acting like a human being.
I'm fine. Some errant dust merely found its way into my eye.
Unfriendly company. They're mine.
Directly.
Mediating! I am primed to punish!
herself be cornered. She's sure to have an escape route. We should find it.
Huh? Attempting to...
I shall reduce them to a flurry!
You're still alive! No, let's not be too hasty here. You seem a rational person. There must be something we can do to resolve this peacefully. Please don't let Azza get her hands on me.
Why are you talking to them, Dagmar? I'm the one you must answer to. What? Why?
I must say, I am in favor of prolonging the inevitable myself. What I did for the greater good, to save the colony, all at the consul's behest. It was my duty as a loyal subject to the... And Azza, she was an obvious choice. So lost, so dead inside, so in need of guidance. But then, she went berserk. I never imagined how she'd take to the killing and mayhem. You brought me great praise from the consul. Until you started asking questions and killing the wrong people.
Enough of this blathering on! It's as I told you before.
She's dead.
As am I. Our enthusiasm got the better of us. She should have suffered more. It was too quick a death for one who betrayed not only me, but the whole... Now that Dagmar is dead, I'll be leading the Dawn into the glorious future. You're absolutely right. They turned on me once, they could do it again. And it will be easier to pick them off if I can send out a general message to all the cells from here. I'll say our communications have been compromised or some such. That the Exalted Leader is dead and that they need to separate and that should work. Though I suspect a fair amount will simply just jump into the closest rift. I'm sure there will be some that ignore the message, enough to keep my knife skills up at least. It's done. Let's leave this place. It sickens me.
I believe what we need is on that terminal. I'll see if I can find my way in. The terminal's locked, which is no surprise. See if you can find some method to bypass its passcode. Did you hear that? I think something may have unlocked. I think this may unlock the terminal, but the toggle mechanism appears compromised. I shall hold it. You attempt to gain access to the machine. You must finish it.
Consul Thoreau, I'm sure you're surprised to be receiving this message, and thus I can assume you already know my intent. Even considering aligning myself against the Sovereign is like sticking my hand in boiling oil. Yet my dead charges spur me forward. 10 scores of Arcadia's finest, at least 10 scores, died in defense of Golden Ridge. And does the region lie in our control? No. We fled like sprats, all at Varric's behest. I shall lower myself to work with you, Consul. I will help you uphold your plan to... Hold. What in blazes? How long have you been standing there? What did you hear?
I cannot believe what I heard. Yes, I'm fine. Because I think I understand what was actually happening. My mentor hated the Consul and was deeply devoted to the Sovereign. She'd never speak thus, unless she was trying to lure the Consul into a trap.
That seems like a lot of work to go through just to flatten someone's head with one of those giant hammers.
What I'm proposing is eminently plausible. It may be beyond you to see her machinations, but it's obvious to me that this was merely an intricate play. It's all that makes sense. It's not obvious to me. Wait.
Arbiter Rao, I finally got you. Submit quietly to the Protectorate's justice for your manifold transgressions.
Are you insane? Who are you? And on whose authority do you claim to judge me?
My name is Junior Arbiter Mayhall, and I operate on Arbiter Mandate, as you did once. Now, no questions. This is already going to be difficult enough.
It's logical. The Sentinels have all but taken over Central Control. It stands to reason the few Arbiters still trained here would only be Sentinels in armored regalia.
I cannot deny that Central Control has changed, but... What am I saying? I need not defend myself from the likes of you.
Enough! This has been an unpleasant day and my patience is gone. Your accusations are baseless, and accosting a higher-ranked Arbiter is grounds for arbitration.
They're far from baseless. You stand accused of abandoning your post, of infiltrating Protectorate facilities with opaque aims, and of hampering the Protectorate war effort. There's no discussion to be had with criminals. I needed to see firsthand that Arbiter Rao had abandoned his station.
These accusations of yours are slander. If you believe false bravado shall save you from my wrath, you're sorely mistaken. At Oculus, and again at the Vox, you showed me that the law may be interpreted. Clemency can be granted where before it would be unthinkable. Here my sense of duty clamors to be answered. But as much as it surprises me to admit it, I think you're correct. Slaying her for sincerely trying to do what is right would be a farce of justice. I would not. But I know the reality of swaying an Arbiter from their chosen path. It's likely this situation may devolve into...
What is this is insanity? I would never imagine an Arbiter balking from their chosen course. I had hoped Arbiter Rao would come to his sense. I may not wish to judge him. I may not understand what has come over him. It is of no consequence. His crimes against the Protectorate are all that matters.
He was simply doing his duty, just as you or I must every day. Killing him would have been wrong, even though attempting to arrest me was a criminal act.
That's even worse than I thought. You chose not to do your duty, and expect telling me so would...
The Supreme Arbiter taught me to follow my own sense of justice. And I have. Use your mind. Think about what I did, what you intend to do. Is this moral? Is this right?
What of it? Someone has to stop him.
Ironic. You came here to judge me for much the same reason I have, as you so claim, deserted. I chose to investigate the Supreme Arbiter's death on my own. You chose to investigate my departure on your own.
That's impossible. I refuse to believe we both could be guilty if we were simply following what we were taught.
We don't know that for certain, but to an onlooker without our knowledge, it could seem that way. And such presumed traitorousness would be very confusing.
Even the Supreme Arbiter has struggled with this? That doesn't seem possible. But I suppose there's no way to ask her now. Consider my hand stayed. I can see that judging Tristan would only rob the Protectorate of another of its servants. It seems I must reflect on this matter.
It would appear we're in agreement. Neither of us shall raise a hand against the other.
Ever known an Arbiter to lose their taste for blood?
So, what course of action do we take now?
It's important for an Arbiter to use their forebrain. Next time you encounter something as strange as a loyal Arbiter diverging from the path of righteousness, investigate. You may find more questions than answers. But deciphering them and interpreting justice as best we can is how we might serve Arcadia.
Uphold justice in my way. I'll attempt to remember.
Glory to the Protectorate, Junior Arbiter. I'm pleased we were able to resolve that altercation peaceably. Robbing Arcadia of an enthusiastic recruit would have given me...
You say that, but I've seen the way you smile when you kill... Oh, sorry,
You know, I'd even venture to say she reminded me just a little of myself as a lad. All this excitement did not make me forget the confession on the Supreme Arbiter's terminal. I have to bring it to Virgil. Together, we can discover exactly what transpired. Have you lived all your life within the Protectorate? No, I refuse to question the Supreme Arbiter, just as I refuse to cast every belief I hold dear into... Virgil will know what to make of this. He'll... Together... The Tomb of the Matriarch. An exhibition to the wonders of the Protectorate's founder. I trust you are suitably awed.
Set course for...
Commander. Oh, I see. You must have noticed a spot of dust on that artifact and taken it for cleaning. Good initiative. Mediating! Lethally!
Actually, the Matriarch passed at the impressive and venerable age of 90, establishing Arcadia's precedent for longevity.
90! So...
None shall stand against us! Safeguarding the Matriarch's remains from the Council, are we? This is rather unusual, but it is the only sane explanation for what you currently do.
For my next gift, I bestow upon you the pinnacle of automechanical design, far superior to all automechanicals that came before.
The time once spent in running manual labor may now be spent in harmonious community with your neighbors and in humble service to the Protectorate. May art and science flourish in these many hours which I have returned to you.
Warning. Power at 30%. Power cell as this presentation will continue until audience recognition is received. Warning. Power at 13%. Power cell has been partially depleted due to inaction. Pathing obstructed. Rerouting. Error.
Let this accord between the Protectorate and the Order of the Ascendant mark the moment of Arcadia's true birth.
Beloved Matriarch, you are nearer to perfection as anyone living could ever achieve. It will be the honor of the Order to serve the Protectorate's scientific helpmeets.
All that I do is for my subjects and their... I now present to you my new invention, Set course for Arcadia. In my new colony, we will abandon the illness of corporatism. None will suffer for the pleasure of unseen overlords. And all will thrive. Everything in accordance with the grand paradigm.
Did you just come from inside the tomb? How is that even? Your arrival could not be more timely. After the events of Paradise Island, I could think of no one more suited to conduct a surgical strike. I don't see Niles with you. Did he not listen to the whole of my message? I asked for him specifically.
My blood boils at the consul's gall. Overtaking the Sovereign at this most vulnerable, he will pay 1,000 times for this treachery. Any fool enough to stand beside...
Niles. You're back.
Gotta say you had me worried.
Then I can poke to the task at hand. We are standing before the tomb of the matriarch. Few are invited to tour its halls, and even fewer know of its greatest secret. For any subject, visiting the matriarch and First Sovereign's resting place is the pinnacle of empty social achievement. But the tomb's corpses are its least. The intelligence my friends risked all to acquire. Who knows what technologies the Protectorate is withholding? If the matriarch was the genius she's purported to be, the skip drive cannot be whatever technological advancements may be sequestered here. The goal is almost certainly to keep the populace of Arcadia subservient to the but not for much longer. We are going to liberate any and all of the matriarch's research, whatever it may be. Reaching the vault will be no simple task. We must first gain entry to the security room, however. Once that, glad we're unlikely to have another chance.
Color me surprised.
We'll move more swiftly in fewer numbers. After you... Stay close and keep silent. The less attention we draw, the better. Well, I see you already made the rounds. Perfect. Let's continue then. I'll handle it. Now, my turn. There should be a hidden entrance here. There. We can access the lower level now. The security room that we need to reach is nearby. We should be able to disable that energy barrier from there.
Who goes? No one is allowed. Ah, I see you have come armed. Intruders, then. I suppose you intend to extract my surrender.
Damn, the head curator. I had hoped to slip in before his shift, but no matter. We cannot allow him to leave and raise the alarm. He must be dispatched, quickly.
How?
Now hold on. I know we had to kill that fellow with the Sentinel, but this man's unarmed. He's already surrendered. How much of a fuss could this one fella cause, really? Come on, Zeb. No need to cut any bellies over maybe.
Please, if secrecy's your concern, you may rely upon...
Allowing him to leave would be a grave error of mercy, one we can ill afford in this place.
If we start gunning down civilians...
You need me to... Are you? My sister was made into a shadow. I endured daily sessions with the Lathe of Particularity and still find my...
The commander...
I never...
You are merciful and wise. I will depart at once.
Let's hope the consequences of this decision, you and...
That's 100% gonna come back to bite me in the ass, but that's okay. It needs more enemies to kill, probably.
No going back from here. Not until...
Hold! Don't set foot in that room. The schematics on this console indicate this place is defended by all manner of traps. One moment. Yes. It appears there are N-ray tripwires, invisible to the naked eye, that will electrify the floors if crossed. Move cautiously. And if you have any gadgets that might help, I suggest using them.
In spite of substantial efforts to prolong his life, my father's condition continues to deteriorate, both physically and mentally. It has been difficult to observe. His latest effort would see him entombed within an automechanical body. I objected, of course, to my father becoming some chimera of machine and man.
Over here, Commander. Reckon I found something that might be useful.
Informs me that, far from being a panacea, this attempt has exacted a toll on my father that is likely to finish what time and disease have already begun. I may soon be sovereign. And if that bears out, I will need to hide.
Have a look, Commander. With a little elbow grease and some inadvisable engineering, who knows? Could come in handy. Just let's keep...
You've made it through. Good. Now there should be 3 switches in this room. When pulled in the correct order, the doors should open. If I'm reading this right, the order is 1, 3, 2. But which switch corresponds to which number? Damn it. Why must the Protectorate abstract everything?
By my grandmother, I cannot abide the time this research into the rifts is taking. It has been years, and yet I am still absent my wife and daughter. I am still half whole. The researchers swear it's possible to bring them back.
Damn it! You triggered the automated security forces! Niles, watch out!
Give up this obsession and focus on the war effort, but why should I?
Before you make a second attempt, I just found a logbook that indicates there are N-ray wires installed that may correspond with each switch. Perhaps that'll be useful. The code I originally supplied can still be relied upon. 1, 3, 2. Wrong again. The code is 1, 3, 2. I'm heartened to see you were not overly impeded by this puzzle, but I apologize for my... That vault door is quite the obstruction. Fortunately, there should be a code. No. Fuck! They changed it recently. That shouldn't have happened until next week. I'm certain I can diagnose the issue. Now that you've cleared the way, I'll come down and join you.
I might have something else that can get you into that vault, Commander. Does that seem a little off to you, Commander? Appreciate you showing up. That business with the curator. I'm glad I'll be... Well, turns out you were right about trusting my... You take...
Nice! I was hoping for a more subtle incursion, but no matter.
Am I running hot, or was that a hint of worry I heard in your voice back there?
Alas, I neglected to pack up the thermometer. This terminal should allow me to retrieve all the information stored here.
In times of darkness, we must hold our principles dear. I fear the longer this war...
This cannot be right. There's nothing here save the designs for the skip drive. Not even initial concepts. 10 years in Arcadia and the Matriarch invented nothing? And what's this about a deal with the Earth Directorate? We need to talk. Now.
Sir, sorely misguided. Why close them when we can use them to Arcadia's benefit? It matters not what the Order thinks, what the Doubters say. The Architect bestowed us with the power of skip...
I knew the Protectorate festered with lies, but I had no idea the Earth Niles.
Slow up, Zeb. What do you...
It says your agency struck an agreement with the Matriarch in exchange for skip drives. Arcadia was allowed to completely govern itself with absolutely no outside interference, including from the Earth Directorate.
Must be why the Chief said we'd be on our own if we were caught. We were breaking the terms of this agreement. Unbelievable.
If this information is true, then the Earth Directorate permitted the Matriarch to create a colony filled with her vassals, enslaved to her will. Everything Arcadia is, all of the suffering that's taken place here, it all could have been avoided. There's more. The skip drive schematics are here. How the explosive safeguards against tampering work, its evolution over time. But no original concepts, no sketches, nothing. Our dear Matriarch is a fraud, a cheat. She did not invent the skip drive. There are messages here between her and the First Sovereign that all but confirm it. I thought I might find some technological innovation that could be handed to the Protectorate's enemies. But this is almost better. Precisely. By releasing this information, we can thoroughly crush the image no longer will the Protectorate's myth of superiority be used as a cudgel against its own populace. If we administer truth to the people, their strength will return. Erstwhile, giving the skip drive designs to the Protectorate's enemies will even the fight. Their technological prowess will be made into nothing. Everything will come apart.
Downsides like how the skip drives are causing rifts? Yeah. Not to mention how this agreement with the Protectorate will completely destroy the Earth Directorate's reputation.
I was not aware of such a connection between rifts and the skip drives. But I have confidence the Order will figure out a solution. As for the Earth Directorate, don't you see? This frees them from any obligation to the Protectorate. They'll be able to manufacture skip drives themselves. The deal will be voided. I understand your reticence, but people should have the power and means to make choices for themselves, even unhealthy ones.
Hold on, Commander. Exposing the Earth Directorate in this way will cause people to lose faith and embolden the corporations to do as they please. Not to mention what might happen if that skip drive tech falls. I've seen you bend over backwards to help this colony. If you truly believe this is the right course of action, I'll back you. But you had best be sure.
Very well. I suppose you've earned your organization some
Still ain't sure about loosening the skip drive designs, but we've got some time there. Until the rift is fixed, no one's going anywhere using one. Not unless they... And this way, at least the Earth Directorate's reputation will stay intact.
Whatever happens next, the Protectorate won't survive it. Thank you for your assistance in this matter. I had my doubts, but you truly delivered. I'll remain a while longer and make sure to grab everything up.
Guess this is
only for now.
I want to talk it over with the commander, but... Yeah.
Hell yeah. Time to get out of here.
There they are! These are the ruffians who threatened me. See that they join their friends in the rubble heap. Suffer none of these defilers to live.
Stun weapon ready. Transmitter down over here.
Taking cover!
Damn it. Zeb was right. You never should have let that curator go. We could have prevented this.
Oh, there's one more building. Oh, wait. Looks like there's 2 major spots left I can still investigate on this planet. It's probably the last 2 lightning towers I need.
Ready to wait! On your command!
Enemy transmitter active. Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
Bring out a hot.
Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Your combatant stand. Transmitter down over here. I have a fix on their weaknesses. Torpificator. At ready status. I'll handle this.
Give the order and I'll take care of it, Commander.
Adversary vulnerabilities identified. Go for torpification. Check your scopes for combatant analysis.
See you! You want trouble? Trouble?
I have a fix on their weaknesses. Transmitter down over here. Investigating hostile intentions. Combatant scanned. Energy transmitter deployed for battlefield recharging. Standing by to supervise.
Hostile.
Check your scopes for combatant analysis.
Electrical dampeners failing.
Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Energy transmitter active.
I'll admit, the coup always figured the console for a power snap. Just think about all those posts. The Sovereign's misfortune is our gain, as far as I'm concerned. When I first come to respect you, Commander, not just as a leader, it was just me, not to get too maudlin. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Futures filled me with dread for so long, but now? Oh yeah? What's needling you? If it ain't my favorite commander, just stopping by to chat, or?
Hostilities are afoot. Adversary vulnerabilities identified. Activating energy transmitter. Target analyzed. Lay down fire. I have a fix on their weaknesses. Check your scopes for combatant analysis. Proceeding to attack. Adversary vulnerabilities identified. Transmitter down over here. Hostilities are afoot.
You stun the turrets, they go back in their little hidey hole. All that's left is this big one.
Combatant scan.
Functionality. Investigating hostile intent. I'll handle it.
Stretch. Energy transmitter. Check your scope for combatant analysis.
Caution subjects. A security breach has been detected. A full vigilant and a base on the team. Suggested course.
Mobilizing. Combatant dead.
Providing a host of
Electrical dampeners failing.
Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Torpedoer is charged.
Electrical damper. Failing.
Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
Taking cover! I am restoring the
Check your scopes for combatant analysis.
fortifying it.
Combatant scan.
Dispensing life-preserving.
Maintaining perfection!
Ready to assist with agent's health needs.
They covet our due bounty!
Providing a host.
Check your scopes for
Alert. An upgrade module compatible with your Gallery unit is nearby.
mystery. Downstairs. Yes, 115 years, naively, specific, belief. There we go.
You there, you came interested in work, or was the allure of helping in here's every...
But it's right there. Alright. Need to find one more lightning tower. I'm assuming it's the one spot on the map that I haven't actually gone to yet. that I'm at my max level. I really don't need to worry
I'll
about
handle it.
keeping out
Adversary
enemies.
vulnerabilities identified. Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Energy transmitter active. I have a fix on their weaknesses.
Damn these monsters! I can call it over. Won't even fight us face to face.
Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
Maintaining your level of stamina.
Nice. Got an achievement for that one.
I have a fix on their weaknesses.
Go to the grounding station, turn in this quest, and then I should be all set.
You're back. Do you require additional supplies for further
Thank you for your support, valued colleague.
You're back. Do you require... We shall...
Where the hell?
Yeah.
Look it up, I guess. What the hell? Okay. I have to get up there somehow.
By law, you've done it. I cannot lie. My math placed the odds of your survival at 0.00343. Unfortunately, I am limited in forms of compensation. I try. I am at my wit's end with that damn protectorate safe. If you can open it, whatever's inside is yours. I wash my hands of it.
All right. Should be everything here.
Glad you stopped by. That hammer's a fine piece of weaponry. Sure enough, don't let the luxuriant hammers. Arbiters ain't like us. Facts matter less. Anyway, I'm guessing you didn't come here to talk about Rao. Whatever you need, Commander, just name it. Always up for a little backfence talk. But I still wouldn't play the odds on him choosing underneath, though I will say seeing Anais. True. At least that's what I would say if I was feeling. Sure thing. I'd show. Oh yeah? What's needling you?
Why do they still have it?
Even after everything that's happened, I wouldn't change a thing.
Well, whatever.
Commander, his message was suitably vague. I suspect he fears the Consul's eyes scanning his bringing. Huh.